Hood makes yours look like Astor Street.
Well, this was your recommendation.
Link's the best bindle stitch guy in the world. You got a problem with your footwear, you bring it to Link.
I agree. These boots are as good as new. It's probably the best $125 I ever parted with.
You know, that's something I'll never understand. Why anybody would spend $125 to fix up a sneaky old pair of Mountie boots.
Oh, Ray. Properly molded boots are Mountie's prized possession. Well, that and his horse.
Well, we're not picking up your horse.
I don't have a horse. I mean, not here.
Well, you know, you ought to think about getting one, because I'm getting really tired of driving you around.
Ray, that was a gunshot.
Yeah, if we stop for every gunshot we hear in this neighborhood, we'll never get home. See? I'm off duty. You're off duty, and unless somebody shot a moose, you have no jurisdiction. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me, young man. You're carrying a... I'll get the shooter. I'll get the shootee.
Hold on.
Give it up, man. I can run all day. Don't make me take you down, man.
Who did this to you?
Nobody.
Hold that there.
Call 911.
Is there a phone nearby?
Drop the weapon. Unless you can fly.
I hate this neighborhood!
Put your hands on your head.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly. Let's just hope my car is still there.
Ray, this was worth it. We saved a life. You made an arrest. And the neighborhood is a safer place. Oh, dear.
What?
My boots are gone. It's okay. Excuse me, I'm looking for a pair of boots. RCMP regulation issues. I suppose you wouldn't be familiar with. They're just like the man on the horse is wearing, only mine are somewhat older and therefore more faded. Well, no matter what you may think, I remain undeterred. I'm convinced that somebody took them in for safekeeping, and that they're spending as much time looking for me as I'm spending looking for them. Excuse me, sir. The residents of this unit would appear to be home, yet they're not answering their door.
Well, ain't that a shock?
Were you home yesterday at the time of the incident?
Man, let me tell you something. I didn't hear a thing.
Well, actually, I'm looking for a pair of, Right. Let's go. Are you deaf? I mean, I know you are literally deaf. Oh, forget it. All right, come on. I'm not having any success. Let's see how you do. Or would you rather go back to knocking on doors? Yes, I see what you mean. These sneakers don't breathe quite the way my boots did. Okay, pick up the center. That's it. Good boy. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, you had moose or something?
I know, boots, actually. You wouldn't have seen someone wandering around.
Yo, check it. I can give you $200 Nikes for $50.
Well, now that offer sounds almost too good to be true, but I'm really only interested in boots. So thank you kindly. Baker, for God's sakes, you're tracking the wrong thing. You're tracking my feet, not my boots. You know my feet were there. My boots were... Oh, forget it.
Yo.
Good morning.
Yeah, look, just get in the car.
Well, actually, I don't need a ride.
Look, Lou would like to talk to you, man.
Do I know Lou?
First you meet him, then you'll get to know him. Get it?
Very well.
Hey, no dogs in here, man.
He's a wolf.
Man can't walk down the street in this part of town without getting harassed.
You were running.
I didn't see no foot traffic speed limit.
You were carrying a gun and running from a shooting victim.
He say that?
You know as well as I do he didn't say that.
Look, I was carrying a gun so I wouldn't wind up a shooting victim.
Right.
All right, baby, here we go. With that pig, baby. Here we go. Oh, it's Stan Cross, man. Oh, my God, reverse layup. Did anybody stop this teenage dynamo, Marv? I honestly don't think so, Dick. Play the game, Reggie, not the crowd, man. Let's go. Come on. Where y'all find him? You see that?
Fine play.
The hot dog. The punk. They're gonna be double teaming him in 8 seconds.
Are you their coach?
Hey, these kids, they are hope. I'll watch out for them. I'll provide the ball, a few burgers, a place to stay if they need it. You can look at me as a corporate sponsor. Check out the sweats I got.
It's very magnanimous of you.
Magnanimous? Hey, I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Inside, Reggie! Look for the ball! Over here. He's so dependent on his setup, man. He's not here, he just freaks.
Where is his setup, man?
You busted him. So who are you? What do you want?
Benton Fraser. I'm a Mountie.
Why they call you that?
Well, it's short for Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
So you're mounted?
No, we mount horses on occasion. Perhaps you're familiar with the musical...
Then in all factuality, aren't the horses the Mounties then?
No. You see, we are mounted on top of horses. It's historical.
So my peoples tell me you've been snooping around where the shooting went down. You looking for something?
As a matter of fact, yes, I'm looking for my boots.
We'll let you know if we find anything.
And it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Get it in the Reggie! Reggie! Purdue, see that garbage? You gonna be sweeping up your pop's barbershop for a long time in your short, stupid life.
Good news, Ray. He didn't do it.
No. Not this time.
Not what this time?
Look, somebody shot someone, right?
Yes.
And I have responsibility to catch that someone that shot the other someone, right?
Yes.
And if I catch that someone, it's good news, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if that person turns out to be the wrong person, does that mean that there was no shooting?
No.
Does that mean that no one was almost killed?
No.
Does that mean that there's one less bad guy in the world?
No.
Right. It just means that the real bad guy is still out there instead of locked up somewhere safe. So by you coming in here and telling me that our guy is innocent, this is just not good news.
I'm sorry. I see what you're driving at, and I stand corrected. It is bad news. He didn't do it.
Look, Frazier, kids from that neighborhood, generally speaking, end up doing one of two things: basketball or crime.
Tyree plays basketball.
Well, they all start out playing basketball, but if one of them is lucky enough, he'll make it to Division I college ball. But if he's not talented enough, if he's not tall enough, if he's not dedicated enough, he's going to wind up like that kid and make life miserable for everyone else.
Ray, please, look at this.
What's that supposed to be? Evidence?
The shooter wore this.
Well, let's hope that's not all he wore. Gray. Different shade? Different material?
Actually, no.
Then bag it and add it to my case file.
Ray, left-handed.
What's left-handed? The thread?
No, the shooter. Aren't you even interested in knowing how I know the shooter's left-handed?
Indulge me. What hand?
I know what you think. He hasn't made one right-handed shot.
Is this your way of admitting you're wrong?
No, it's my way of suggesting the young man is extremely dedicated. He's practicing his weaknesses, not his strengths. He's making left-handed shots because he is right-handed.
All right, I'll buy that. Explain this. Ballistics report. Gun matches the bullet that went through the victim. Your boy's fingerprints are all over the trigger.
Well, we know he held the gun, Ray, because we found it on him.
One page. Paraffin test. Gunpowder blowback all over his hands. He fired that gun, Frazier. All the tests match him to the shooter. So for the next hour, I'm going to treat myself to thinking that he's the guy.
Ray, what if...
Look, 60 minutes, all right? Just don't talk to me for 1 hour.
I'm not asking you to tell me the truth. If you had wished the truth to be known, then I think you would have been more forthcoming with the authorities. So obviously you have reason to fear the truth. But I think you're in some kind of trouble. Well, manifestly you're in trouble. You've been charged with the capital of crime, but that's not the kind of trouble that I'm actually referring to. You know, it might help perhaps if you simply told us why it is you're not telling us the truth. And of course, if you were to tell me why you're not telling us the truth, that would probably indicate what the truth might actually be, and you realize I'm not actually asking you to tell me the truth.
Do you talk English?
Canadian, actually.
Yo, Tyree!
Perhaps we could speak later.
Don't count on it.
All right.
Hey, Reggie.
Thanks for the ride. Hey, the least I could do for a fine young man with a noble heart, helping to assist his friend achieve personal greatness.
That was him.
Yes.
He's out.
Yes.
He made bail.
Yes.
Well, where did the punk get the money?
I lent it to him.
What's wrong with your pal back here? You can't think straight without his boots on?
Well, I don't believe the loss of my boots affected my ability to think, Detective Hewitt. However, now that you bring it up, if you should happen to see my boots in any course or
I
any
don't,
time-
Constable, because you don't even want to think about where I'd like to put them.
Pipe down, Jack. In case you haven't noticed, your popularity rating around here is at an all-time low.
The young man is innocent, Ray.
No, you think he is innocent, which is still no reason to bail him out by yourself. Now, the next time you do something like that, you want to run it by me first?
Well, I would have, but you told me to stay away from you for an hour.
I'm Detective. Thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule to confer with me.
Anytime, sir.
It must be even busier since your Canadian friend decided to release that dangerous felon that you worked so hard to incarcerate.
I'd like to explain that, Lieutenant. You see, the young man has an extremely important basketball game scheduled.
Oh, I see. So if Charles Manson had a kazoo concert scheduled, you would have bailed him out too.
I don't think so, sir. Furthermore, I believe that the evidence will support my theory concerning the young man.
Well, why don't we let the courts decide that, Constable? You see, he's due for a prelim in a few hours, and if he doesn't show up, you are out a lot of money. And you are in for a long, long stay in my doghouse. Understood?
You know what? You did Lou a good turn, baby. You his man. You know you my man, baby. And the good times are gonna roll in the clubhouse tonight, Marv.
Well, these fellas have earned it, Dick.
What, man?
Such an idiot, Reggie.
And you?
I can afford to be an idiot. I ain't going nowhere. You got these college coaches licking your Nikes, man. You got a future. Me, All I got is a messed up shoulder. And what coach is gonna give me the time of day?
Poor baby. Let's be out, man. Come on.
You see that, Benny? The next 5 blocks down is the turf for the 2-4 Dragons. Now, if you're not a member of that gang and you cross this street, you're gonna wind up getting shot. Now, that's what happened to Taylor Thomas, left-handed threader now.
But Tyree was not the shooter, Ray.
Then why was he carrying a gun?
I don't know.
Then why did he shoot the gun?
I don't know.
Then why did he make me chase him?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet.
Ah, at least we're getting somewhere.
Yes, it's encouraging, isn't it?
Rebound.
Give it to me, dog.
Here we go, baby.
Oh, that's too bad for you.
Set it up for me, baby. Set it up.
Go ahead, man.
That's what I'm talking about right there. 1-2 punch, baby.
Again, man.
That's it. Tyree. Come here a minute.
The bullet was extracted from the wall here, which would mean that the gunman had to be where you're standing.
Because this is where you found the threat.
It had rained earlier that day. The wind was from the southwest, yet the thread was dry. There was no sign of mold. Also, the footprints at the site would indicate that a man approximately 79.5 kilos stood there sometime after the deluge.
Well, that could have been anybody. Now, here's how I see it.
What the hell you think you doing? This is my hood.
Tyree fires the first shot and misses. The victim fires back, misses by a mile, hits a garbage can. Tyree fires again and nails him. Bada bing.
What did you just say?
What?
You said, bada bing.
Yeah, don't they say that in Canada?
No, just listen to the sound of that. Bada bing.
What?
Well, remember back to yesterday. The first 2 shots had the same sound. The third shot was the bing. See, your scenario doesn't hold up, Ray. The bing was the shot that hit the garbage can. Not the second shot. That was a bang.
Oh, the judge is gonna love this. Your Honor, we have no case because the bang is where the bing should have been.
The sounds don't lie, Ray.
All right, then tell me this. How does the bang being where the bing should have been
No,
have
that's
anything...
the bing being where the bang should have been.
But what does any of this mean that I busted the wrong guy?
Perhaps Tyree was with a left-handed man.
And yet the mounting just bailed you out. Just out the goodness of his heart.
I don't know.
Man, Tyree ain't gonna say nothing. Anything. What? Anything. Tyree ain't gonna say anything. Oh, right. Where'd you go work on your jump shot? I'm worried, Tyree.
Got nothing to be worried about, Lou.
You doing court.
In a couple hours.
I don't want you there. I want this over. I want you to just plead it out. Hey, we got finals tomorrow. Go work on your jump shot, Reggie. Tyree ain't got to be there for you to show your stuff. But Purdue's gonna be there. Hey, Isaiah Thomas is gonna be there.
Yeah, right.
Nah, for real, everybody says so. Reggie, and you gonna make us all proud. Tyree or no Tyree, this man got business to take care of. Ain't that right, Tyree? Ain't that right?
Yeah. Yeah, Lou.
Tyree. Junior. You a juvie. You gonna do light time, man. I'll look out for your mom, make sure she okay. When you get out, it's you and me. Get you some protection, you be making big money. Isaiah Thomas. Need Isaiah Thomas some other time. Thank you.
Ma'am.
I received a call from Lieutenant Welsh at the Chicago Police Department.
Good man, fine commander.
He was less enthusiastic about you.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He mentioned that you had bailed out a gang member who's been accused of attempted murder.
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I'm on my way shortly to attend his preliminary hearing.
Is there a good reason why you're not standing at attention, Constable?
I beg your pardon?
You heard me.
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
Do what?
You moved the garbage can in front of your feet.
Did I?
Are you hiding something, Constable?
No. No. Yes.
You're wearing sneakers.
I lost my boots.
They're not yours to lose.
I understand that, sir. It was in the process of saving a life.
With your boots?
No. You see, the seams had become frayed, and to be frank, I was less than enthusiastic about my prior cobbler's mastery of the bindle stick.
Is this going to be a long story, Constable?
Quite a long story, yes, ma'am.
The life you saved, was this person a Canadian?
I shouldn't think so.
Then you're paying for the new boots yourself.
Understood. It was boom, bang, bing.
What?
It wasn't bang, bang, bing. It was boom, bang, bing.
Look, Benny, I know what I saw. I know what I did. Now I'm going to have to tell that all to the judge, and if it goes against the kid, I can't help that.
Ray, please, just try to remember. The sounds are all stored in here, so just clear your mind. Imagine, say, you're on an ice floe. You are thousands of miles from any conceivable distraction.
Is this an Eskimo trick?
No, Inuit. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. All right, now, put yourself back at that moment. What do you hear?
The entire Chicago Police Department laughing at me?
Ray, please humor me.
All right.
In the matter of Illinois versus Tyree Cameron, case number J87965, how does the defendant plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I was the arresting officer, Your Honor. He didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
No, he didn't.
How do you know that, Detective?
Because,
It was boom, bang, bing, Your Honor.
What is wrong with you?
Frazier was right, kid. You couldn't have done it. Shots went boom, bang, bing.
Are you out of your damn mind? Look, I shot that fool. Now, why won't you let me pay for my crime?
Because it's a crime you didn't commit. The boom was clearly from the PPK 380, Mr. Taylor Thomas's gun. He fired the first shot. The bang was from the 32, the shot that hit Mr. Thomas. The bing was the shots that you fired from the same 32 into the trash can because you needed to have your prints on the gun and you wanted the blowback to be revealed in paraffin test.
Who are you covering for, Tyree? Huh? Who's the real shooter?
Frazier! Now when they're living the truth, the boost getting sent. Big up on that. Apparently transparent and see through, full of pain like the work pays like every day, all day. And put the heads around you.
You all right, man?
This is full.
All right, I'll just...
From dusk till dawn, we get it on. Sundown to sunrise on my side. My man Lindy got the lie, so we puff the tie sticks on the hot sipping Heinekens. It's mine again, the lighter lights. Every night clubs we be rhyming, and the time was dope while it lasted. Then closed when someone blasted. That's how it always goes in this rap.
Tree, I think you and Lou need to talk.
Move it. I'd like to protect you, Tyree. Really, I would, but you shouldn't have been walking away from that courthouse in the first place.
Lou, it's the Mountie and the cop. They're not letting me take the fall for this. They're not leaving it alone.
That Mounter know something, Tyree?
He doesn't know nothing. Not for me, though.
He been asking a lot of questions, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if he was to find out anything, that wouldn't be good. I mean, you gonna let that happen to your friend?
I'm not gonna let anything happen. I'm gonna do the right thing.
No. You worrying me, Tyree.
Nothing to be worried about, Lou.
There is one way you can eliminate my doubt and eliminate my worries.
All right.
Trevor. Give him your piece. Show me where you stand. Do the mounting.
Vecchio, you know, sometimes it seems like you make a full-time job out of destroying your own career.
I see how you can think that, sir.
No. This is not a talking time. This is a listening time. Your job is to respond to crimes and arrest the offender, not to become a public defender. Now, your friend Frazier bailing this kid out does not make any sense to me, but I've learned to expect it from him. But you? Standing up in court, attempting to have the charges dropped? That is nothing less than insanity.
Sir, insane is a very harsh word.
Oh, no. The harsh words have not yet begun. You have not yet begun to hear how I feel about you being involved in a drive-by shooting in front of the courthouse.
Lieutenant, new information has surfaced suggesting that Tyree Cameron was not the shooter in the incident and that the shooting was in self-defense. I had to make that information known to the court.
And what would that new information be?
Well, at first we believed the shots to be bang, bang, bing. But after further reflection, we came to believe that the shots were boom, bang, bing. Sir, with a little time, I now believe I can track down the real shooter.
Oh, it's great, Vecchio. Because a little time is about all you got.
Sir, are you gonna eat all these cold cuts?
Tyree's not here right now.
This is his room, but he hasn't been here since yesterday. Why'd you have to arrest him anyway? Tyree's a good boy.
Mrs. Cameron, I may be old-fashioned, but the way I figure it, good boys don't carry handguns.
I'm not defending Tyree having that gun.
Does your son know Mr. Lou Robbins?
Everybody knows Lou.
Mrs. Cameron, I understand you're
Is
reticent.
your son a member of any gang?
He plays basketball.
This isn't the first time he's been in trouble.
Tyree lives by his own rules, but he is a good boy. Only been arrested once.
Only once.
Fell asleep on the subway.
That's a crime?
Oh, it is if you wake up in Lake Forest, gotta walk 5 miles through white neighborhoods. He tries. He works on that basketball court. But he ain't got the body to play pro ball ever since his shoulder went out on him. He tried at school. But there, even the teachers don't pretend a boy from here can make it to college. What's a young man to do but get frustrated?
You have any idea who he might have been with yesterday?
Yeah. He had a practice, like, every day. Lou takes him out for a meal afterwards.
Yeah, he's a regular prince.
It breaks me up inside to see that drug dealer being the only one who looks out for them kids. The only one who gets through to them. But you tell me, he doesn't look after them. Who does? The government? The police?
So you think it's possible that Tyree spent the day with Mr. Robbins?
Could be. So sure bet he was with his friend Reggie. Ain't nothing that separates those two but the need to shut their eyes every night. You talk to him.
His own mother thinks he did it.
She didn't say that.
She stands by her family.
Suppose.
You see, some people stand by their family, and some people stand by their friends. And then there are other people who stand by complete strangers only to have their friends beamed out by their lieutenant.
Ray.
It's abandoned.
Well, if it's any consolation, things aren't going very smoothly at the consulate either.
Consolation would have been you buying a new pair of boots instead of me taking you to my cobbler.
Well, as I recall, it was you that insisted.
I thought you were the one who was apologizing.
No, right. I'm sorry.
Now, I'm going to go back to the crime scene and take a look around. You coming?
No, I think I'm going to go and talk to Reggie.
He probably won't talk to you.
Well, he may not have to, Ray.
Step, coming down court for 3. Ah, yes.
Nice shot.
You're that mountain guy, right?
It's Mount T, actually.
And why they call you that?
Well, that's a long story. Would you like to play some one-on-one?
You lose.
I think that's very likely.
You're already down 2, baby.
Your friend Tyree is in trouble.
Man, everybody around here got trouble. You still trying to get him off.
Well, yes. You see, there's certain elements of the crime that don't make any sense. I don't think Tyree shot that young man.
Oh, yeah? And how you figure that?
To begin with, the shooter was left-handed.
You know, it's hard to prove something like that.
Well, that's true, but it's also my belief that the third shot was fired to provide blowback on Tyree's hand and arm, to make it appear that he was a shooter.
And why would somebody do that?
Well, friends protect one another, and I think he was covering for someone.
Hey, Mountie. If Tyree said he did something, then he did it. I mean, it's that simple. You know, when you live down here, sometimes you gotta shoot somebody in self-defense.
If it was self-defense, the man in the alley would have had a gun.
He had a gun.
How do you know that?
Were you there?
No.
Of course not. Because if you had been, then you would have had to protect your friend. Thanks for the game. Oh, you're hungry, are you? Well, perhaps you should learn how to use the stove. Just joking. Hello?
Whoa! Man, it's me, man. Put that gun away.
Man, don't do that.
Look, I bought you some chips, man. Jeez.
Mind if I join you?
Don't come any closer.
Hey, be cool, Tyree.
Reggie, go home.
Man, I ain't going nowhere.
You were waiting outside my apartment.
What if I was? Is it off limits? I ain't got a right to be in front of your building?
Were you there to visit Ms. Krezjapalov, Mr. Mustafi, or were you there to visit me?
Maybe I was.
Well, that's good. Because we still have a lot of things to talk about. For one thing, I don't understand why you're prepared to go to prison for a crime you didn't commit.
And don't try to get into my head. You and me, we ain't nothing alike.
It's 2-4. So you Canadian, huh?
That's right, son.
So that means you've been outside of Chicago.
Yes.
What's so different?
Not that much. We have all the same stars, just there's more of them.
So you grew up under the stars with the birds and weasels and wolves and trees and whatnot, huh?
There was an abundance of wildlife.
We got wildlife. They gunned down my daddy in front of me when I was 4.
My father was also killed.
You don't get over that.
No.
Life sucks, don't it?
What are you afraid of?
Nothing.
You're not afraid of death?
Are you?
Yes, very much.
Frazier, open up. It's me. What is it, boy? Is Frazier in trouble?
You gonna tell me what's going on, Tyree? Why don't you go home, Reggie? You got a game in the morning.
You too. I need you, man.
You don't need nothing. Look, you're gonna be golden, so why don't you just go on home? I got some talking to do with the Mountie, all right?
You're not going to the game? This game you practiced for all year? The game you love?
Well, he doesn't love me. In this neighborhood, who lives and who dies is all set at birth. Either you got the genes to hoop or you don't.
Okay. Good boy. We'll rest here. Okay? Maybe we won't rest here.
Reggie here, he's good enough. He's got a future. The rest of us, we'll flip burgers for a while. We'll sell drugs for a while. We'll keep busy until we piss somebody off, or we just happen to end up in the wrong place at the wrong time, which happens too damn often. And somebody steps up with a gun and they make you dead.
Just because you have a gun doesn't mean you have to use it. You proved that tonight.
See, they coming, man. Tyree, come on.
And
Ray, you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine.
Did you hear him? He's fine. What did you drag me all the way down here for?
It's probably just crying wolf.
Get your man.
Man's a talent, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
what's wrong with you?
Nothing, man. You're blowing. Then I blow up. Play the game.
Hell no. This is my ass that's on the line for you.
Look, I ain't ask you to do that, all right?
You didn't have to.
You were gonna kill that Mountie. Look, we can get out of this, all right? Both of us can.
This is out of our hands. You do what you're told, and I do what I'm told. There ain't nothing that happens around here, nothing that Lou doesn't want to happen. He wanted you free, and he wants the Mountie dead.
All right, so what happens if he wants you and me dead? Huh? We kill each other? Hell, doing, Reggie? Playing ball. You play it better. You check that attitude. You don't want to screw this up.
Ray, excuse me. I'll be right back. Good afternoon, gentlemen. You wouldn't happen to have seen a fellow carrying a... Oh, dear. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, open here.
I'm really impressed. That was a nice plan.
Thanks.
Come on. Game's not over yet. Coming through. You had a job to do. You ain't do it.
We won, didn't we?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. The Mountie, Junior. The Mounties.
Someone right.
Hell yeah. Here's your chance. Time is right, Tyree.
Man, who's he hurting?
He been snooping around ever since the shooting.
He don't know nothing, Lou.
Actually, I do.
You hear that?
But you're not gonna shoot me.
Do it now. Tyree, stop. Reggie, man, chill. There's no reason. Reggie, stop. There's no reason. I did it.
You don't do this.
Tyree, it's over, man. It's over. I shot Taylor.
I know. Lou had taken you out for burgers after the practice, and the three of you split up. Taylor was waiting for Reggie in the alley. He fired first, but he missed. Then Reggie fired, resting his left arm on the wall. Taylor fell, and the gun went into the dirt, where he buried it. Tyree heard the shots. He ran back to help. He forced Reggie to give him the gun. Lou arrived. Then Tyree fired into the garbage can. He'd get blowback on his hand and his arm. And then Lou and Reggie ran, leaving you, Tyree, to take the blame.
He came at me, all right? I mean, I guess he figured that shoot me, he'd get his rag. It was self-defense. Tyree ain't do nothing. Both of y'all fools. End it. Now.
Get him, man.
That's enough, Lou.
You're not gonna shoot him.
What you say?
You're not a killer.
No. Let's make this right.
You're not gonna shoot either.
'Cause I'm not a killer.
No, I think you're an evil psychopath. But if you try, Detective Vecchio will blow your brains off. Out. Out. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. He will blow your brains out. Give me the gun.
see what we can do for you downtown.
I better be straight, man. Reggie don't deserve to go down for this.
We know that.
I heard you was looking for these.
Yes, thank you.
Saw them in the streets. Looked valuable, so I took them in. This isn't a safe neighborhood.
Everybody gone?
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. Bad weather. Plane got off a little late in Toronto.
Hey, can't change the weather.
Did y'all play today?
Yes, and he played very well.
Not well enough.
For what?
Play ball in college.
You and almost everybody else on this planet. So what else you gonna do?
Ain't nothing to do if not play ball.
You gotta put your other assets to work.
What other assets?
This kid got any other assets?
Well, apart from his loyalty, his integrity, and his brains, no, I don't think so.
What about my dashing good looks?
We're talking about assets, not drawbacks.
All right, Tyree, I spoke with the state's attorney, and she's considering dropping the charges. How you doing? Isaiah, how you doing? Yeah, I know who you are. Ray Vecchio. So we gonna play today or what? Oh, yeah, give me the ball. Let's go. Mountie, right?
Now, that's correct, Mr. Isaiah.
I was wondering, since I'm in Toronto now.
Oh, we mount horses. You play basketball?
Island's northern sky will carry you away. You know you have to leave here. You wish that you could stay. There's 4 directions on this map, but you're